Hey folks, how's it going? Just wanted to show you this. It is actually 45 freaking degrees Celsius outside. Oh my goodness, where is this heat coming from? I bet it's gonna rain. You know what? I bet it's gonna rain because I just wiped down my cars today and yeah, it's definitely gonna rain. But just before it rains, it's killing me. 45 degrees. But I'm in something very special. I've been wanting to test drive this now for quite some time. As you know, I mentioned I was away with Subaru in Bangkok for the plant opening when UMW Toyota decided to do the official media drive of their new Yaris. Yes, I'm in the Yaris and I've been waiting to be in here for quite some time. First impressions. Okay, I'm gonna get the car again another day, but this is just the first impression because I have not driven this car. This is the first time. And so yeah, here we go. Here's the interior look very quickly. I'm doing something a bit different today. I'm actually holding my GoPro, and the thing with the GoPro is I can't move it around as much as I want or as quickly as I want. I need to move it around slowly so that it can actually focus. And what I'm going to do next is actually put it into a holder and record the drive. So in the meantime, just before we set off, just wanted to show you the interior a little bit. Ooh, this is starting to look very brochure-ish, isn't it? Yeah, that's a new word, brochure-ish. So, like I've always said, if you want to know the nitty-gritty specs details, please log on to www.toyota.com.my and find out there. I'm not here to tell you what it says in the brochure. You can read the brochure yourself. I'm here to tell you how it feels. And I have to admit, just before that, let me just show you. So there's my GoPro holder, and I'm actually hand holding this right now. So let's see if this works or not. Never really hand held a GoPro, but check out the rear legroom. And this is my driving position, and that's the room. That's the room behind me. That's the area. Very nice. Of course, it's got a flat floor. The floor is totally flat there. But this is not an excuse to let your children stand in between the seats. Please. I've seen kids standing here while their parents are in front and daddy driving, mommy sitting at the side. And the kids are standing here, and please don't do that because it's so dangerous. You've got seat belts, but if a kid is standing here, and you don't even need to have an accident, okay? Just slam the brakes and that kid is gonna go flying right through the seats, into the dashboard, or worse, out through there. So, okay. That public service announcement aside, here we go. Hey there, it's me. Ow! Sorry. Hi, it's me. Sorry, just slammed my fingers there. But here we go. So, new Yaris. First drive, first impression. I've only seen it static. 7-speed CVT, so it's got 7 virtual ratios, which is pretty cool. Let's see how this goes now. Okay, no electronic parking brake. I love it. I love the lever. You know, please bring back the levers. I love the levers. I miss the levers. Save the levers. Oh, it's so quiet. It's so quiet. Oh, it's quiet. I'm gonna go over the speed hump without slowing down. Let's see what happens. The reason I did that was because at the recent test drive, one of the veteran motoring journalists came up to me and said, "Hey Chris," I said, "What? Have you tested the new Yaris?" I'm like, "No, why?" He goes, "It's really good." And I'm like, "Yay, really? Cool. Okay, I gotta do it then." So again, this is a new segment for Toyota. The Yaris has been out for quite some time. As you know, overseas it's being sold. It's been in Bangkok for quite some time already. It's been in Thailand for quite some time already. But it's new to us. Many have said or likened it to maybe a Vios hatchback. You would not be wrong in saying that because I'll show you the front outside. I'll show you the front later from the outside, and you'll see that the front is pure Vios. Really, it's pure Vios. But on the inside, you can't really tell if you're going to be driving a Vios or a Yaris. You can only tell from the outside. There's so much room in here, and despite the fact this car being a hatchback, it's got so much interior room. One of the things that I heard about this car was the suspension. Now, I have a feeling that Toyota knew they can only do so much with that engine up front, and they can only do so much with a CVT gearbox. So they decided to, hey, why not let's make the interior more luxurious, more upmarket. Despite this being a entry-level car, it's very, very nice. Now, you all know how I feel about CVTs. I don't quite like them, okay? The only CVT I like is the one in my scooter. I've said that 1,000 times, and I'll keep saying it. I mean, CVTs in scooters are awesome, but in cars, they haven't really appealed to me in any way, and I will show you why. Here's another bump. This is why I don't like CVTs. You hear that? I don't like that whine, that. Although that said, this one is very smooth. Of course, the NVH in this car is brilliant. I don't know what Toyota have done, but they have made the NVH in this car very, very good. It's very quiet. There's very little wind noise. Hang on a second. You get to where you're going in comfort. It doesn't feel like a B segment car. It feels a lot more upmarket than that. And that's a trick Toyota have been doing for quite some time, actually. I mean, look what they've done to the new Camry. It's more a Lexus than anything else. And, you know, I'm not trying to diss Lexus. They still make very nice cars. But listen to the CVT. This is why I don't like CVTs. But that said, I'm going over some rumble strips and bad parts of the car, of the road right now, and it feels great. One good thing about the CVT though, slap it like this, drop gear. You slow down. Very nice. Slap it back into D. It's a 7 ratios, 7 speed. Okay, if you want. This indicator though, I got to tell you, doesn't have that one touch 3 flash thing, or 5. It just flashes. It doesn't flash at all. It just, you have to, and then it keeps going. Now that said, one of the coolest first impressions for this car, I'm going to go over the speed hump a bit faster now and see again. Oh, good suspension, really good suspension. One of the nicest things about this car is, of course, the NVH. I don't know how else to put it, but the NVH in this car is really, really good. It does not feel like a B segment car. It feels like a D segment car. Quiet. Now, like I said, it only gets a bit noisy when you hit that accelerator really hard, but the engine is willing. This VVT-i engine it's willing and it's capable. What I would give if this car was a 5-speed or 6-speed manual. Oh my goodness. UMW Toyota, please, 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 I beg you, make a 2-door manual variant, and then you can call it a hot hatch, because it really is nice. Very, very nice. Just a bit loud. I'm sure you can hear that. And when the VVT-i kicks in, it gets louder. But wow, maybe a bit more sound deadening in the firewall might do it. I'm very impressed with the suspension though. The ride and handling is just brilliant. Very nice. So again, a new segment for Toyota, and if memory serves, these are doing quite well. See, that was another small speed hump. It just sails over them. It really does. It just sails over the speed humps. Wow. And then when you want to slow down, if you're charging into a corner, like what I'm going to do now, you just snick the gearbox. It immediately drops 1 gear, and you can drop more and more, and then put it back into D. Nice. I like this. If I'm not mistaken, the Suzuki Swift used to have this kind of configuration as well. Charge into a corner, sneak it back, drop, and then sneak it back in again after you've left. Very nice. I'm going to find a place to stop and show you the outside of this car. I think you will find it quite interesting, because I do remember when I was at Bangkok Motorshow, when I first saw this car, it was painted a bright yellow, lemon yellow, sort of. I'm not sure what Toyota calls it, but it's like a lemon yellow. And I remember thinking to myself, and even recording, will UMW Toyota bring in this color? And hey, guess what? They have. They actually have. You can actually buy the yellow Yaris anytime. They've got it. They've got it. They really do. See, I'm going over some really bad bumps right now. It's so good. This suspension is so good. I drive all the test cars that I get along this road, and my GoPro's dropped. Sorry about that. See, the holder is not willing. Nice, very nice. See, these are bad roads, you know. These are really bad roads, and this car is just soaking it up. Got BLIS, the blind spot information, right on the screen telling me there's a car in my, or a vehicle in my blind spot. That's always good. It's got rear cross traffic alert, like if you're in a parking lot and there are trucks or MPVs next to you and you can't really see what's coming. If you're trying to reverse out, this car actually has eyes for you. It will actually tell you via very loud beeps that hey, something there, be careful. You know, it's a beep, 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 because there's something coming. And it happened twice just now at UMW itself. As I was reversing out, sure enough, there was something there approaching, and the rear cross traffic alert system warned me. It's got cameras all around as well for this car, parking cameras. I'll show it to you in a little while. I really like the response of the engine. It's just this gearbox is again a bit of a letdown, but the engine response is really good. There's very strong initial pickup, and then when the VVT, the variable valve timing control, opens up the valves a bit more, you can actually hear it pick up. So very nice. I'm going to my favorite spot now. Like I said, it's a crazy hot day, but hopefully it's nice and shady there. And I will give you a quick 360 of this car. Not that you don't know what the Yaris looks like. There are several more videos that I've got down here in about the Yaris, so do have a look at that for maybe a better view of the car from the outside. But yeah, so far as first impressions are concerned, very nice. This car makes a very good first impression. If you are looking for something in this segment and you don't want anything local, you know, the P&P, if you don't want any P&Ps, then do check out this car. See, these are, I'm going over roads that are not so great now. Here's another hump. The suspension is just soaking it up. It really is. Here's what I mean about the VVT. When you slam your foot, there is strong initial pickup, but it just does get a little bit loud. But let me just kind of overshot my point there. Good turning circle. Yeah, very good turning circle. And here we go. I need a place in the sun. And here we are. Let's do this real quick. Oh, bad road, bad road. Right. All seems quiet. So just bear with me for a second. As usual, my videos are all one take, no stop, and hopefully you like it that way. But I need to put this back in. Right, back in the holder. Everything's good. So let's go have a look at the outside. Again, the Yaris comes with start, stop. It's keyless entry, keyless go. Just keep that fob in your pocket. And here's what I mean about the yellow. Here we go. It's like a mustard yellow, I would say. Not even lemon. It's more like a mustard yellow. So it is tri-color on the outside. It's black, yellow and red, as you can see. And like I said, from the front, Here's a full front. The red highlights at the bottom, very nice. This is Vios. This is what the Vios pretty much looks like from the front. However, from the back, it's pure Yaris. Now, one thing very cool, you notice how just now I showed you the rear legroom, right? So that's my driving position. That's the amount of legroom you have. That's the back seat. Now, as an added bonus, look at the size of the boot. That's amazing. There is so much space in this small car. It's a big little car. It really is. And since I'm out here, let me show you the engine. There we go. So still using a tie rod, but it's okay. And here's that dual VVT-i I was talking about just now. You can actually feel it kick in. Yeah, you can. It doesn't make as loud a howl as the old Hondas used to. But yeah, you can actually feel it kick in when it kicks in. That's what you're supposed to do, actually. Never just push the bonnet down like that. You could leave a dent. Right. So, lock the doors. If you're inside and distracted or on the phone or playing with your phone, lock the doors. And so here's the interior, folks, of the new Yaris. Gotta say, it's a very nice car. Very nice to be in, lots of space. Again, the interior belying the exterior look.